Tony Hawk games are all about style, polish, and panache. I have none of those things, but man, do I love playing these games. While at Summer Game Fest, we were invited to a behind closed door showing of Tony Hawk 3 Plus 4, and the session was not only informative, but it opened my mind up to all the cool things I might do when the full game releases. It was clear that the devs at Iron Galaxy know, understand, and loved skating culture. They showcased the game to us behind closed doors and had on dope skate outfits, cool hats, and they knew the lingo. I, of course, was not as cool. I initially asked which button would grind because it was different than my Dreamcast days. Shout out to Tony Hawk 2 over on the Dreamcast. Love that game. From the outset, we were treated to a crash course in how to play Tony Hawk games, but also in the things that make Tony Hawk 3 Plus 4 special. Legendary levels from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 have been fully remade with modern visuals and gameplay sensibilities, and it was evident as well. These maps looked fantastic and played even better, with perfect jumping physics, grinding physics, and some pretty darn cool visuals to say the least. Not only has Iron Galaxy remade iconic maps, but they've also gone about creating new content for players to check out as well. We were able to skate through graffiti-covered water parks turned skate parks, which was absolutely awesome and felt right at home with these classic maps. It was ripe with secrets, had some really cool things you could pull off, and it showcased some of the best of what Tony Hawk's skilled players might have to offer. We also pulled off grinds and kickflips over in a movie studio and on a cruise ship as well. A cruise ship, by the way, that had it out for me because I kept landing in the water and dying, as it were, fully resetting, and it really frustrated me. I am not good at that. Alongside, of course, Tony Hawk himself, the roster is full of legendary pro skaters that those who are hip to the scene will be familiar with skaters like Khloe Cavell, Zion Wright, and Andy Anderson dropping in. But it's also been announced that Bam Margera is making his return with his classic moveset as well. To my personal delight, guest characters like the Doomslayer and Doom Revenant are being joined by TMNT's Michelangelo, whom you're seeing footage of now. It's just the right amount of wacky for someone like me to dive into this world, while also giving purists plenty of what they would like to have and kickflip their way into million-point combos. Tony Hawk 3 Plus 4 also has plenty of modes and options ready to go at launch. Create a Skater is ripe with customization options like skate decks, tattoos, makeup, and attire, as well as the ability to make a full backstory for your character. Should you not be satisfied with the myriad of parks provided, both old and new, you'll be able to create your own with a deeply layered Create-A-Park mode that has plenty of classic content as well as new features like speed boost pads and NPCs. A photo mode is also included at launch, so you can aim for those perfect shots at your leisure. Now, any Tony Hawk veteran knows that the soundtrack is crucial to a successful skate session. Iron Galaxy has included classic songs like Ace of Spades from Motorheads and 96 Quite Bitter Beings from CKY, but it also added newer tracks from artists like Urethane and my personal favorite, Vince Staples. So here's the thing about Tony Hawk games. I'm not good at them, but I do love them, and I'm not going to be immediately good at them. It's going to take practice. It was clear during my time with Tony Hawk 3 Plus 4 behind closed doors that while I was learning, my ambition was outweighed for the skill necessary to have good footage during this process. So, I raised my hand, called over the developers, and asked if one of the pros they had on site could pick up my controller and rock. He did. The gameplay you've been seeing is Eddie Sanchez, and man, he is elite when it comes to 3 Plus 4. I will tell you this, watching him play showed me just how crazy these combos can get, showed me how to use the level secrets and portals to my best to get these crazy combos, and watching him play, seeing these combos, seeing the way he combined and put movesets together, showed me what I might be able to try. In both the behind closed door session and the recently released demo, I performed better after watching Eddie tackle each park uniquely because it gave me ideas. It gave me thoughts of what I might be able to pull off myself. And maybe that's some semblance of what new skaters do when they watch pros like Tony Hawk or Bam Margera themselves. I was encouraged by watching Eddie play, more than I was defeated anyhow. In returning home and tackling the demo that's been available for everyone, I found that I performed far better than I had in our closed door session, and that's a testament I think to mindset and learning from watching when doing, and Tony Hawk 3 Plus 4 is a game that requires practice. Another cool moment from one of our sessions, I thought I heard Jack Black's voice. When I asked Iron Galaxy about it, they grinned ear to ear and said yes. Unbeknownst to me, but clearly understood by others in the room, Jack Black has a long history with Tony Hawk games, and he plays several code enforcement officers chastising our skaters throughout the series. It was a fun, dynamic moment, and it offered me a chuckle. Honestly, leaving this session, I was excited for a Tony Hawk game in a way that I hadn't been since the PS1 or Dreamcast days. Even after the excellent Tony Hawk 1 Plus 2, 3 Plus 4 seems to have taken all the lessons of that release and added even more. I can say confidently that I'll be checking out the full release of 3 Plus 4 on day 1, Doomslayer skin equipped, to see just what combos I can pull off. Tony Hawk 3 Plus 4 is launching on July 11th for PlayStations 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PC via Steam, Battle.net, and the Microsoft Store, as well as Nintendo Switch, with the Switch 2 version coming later this year. Please consider supporting XEP by liking, subscribing, and sharing this preview with others. We've got more hands-on coverage from Summer Game Fest on the way, as well as other impressions from each of our showcases. That's it for us. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.